You're watching WRKM Channel 22, number one in the region. Good evening. I'm Ralphie Martinez, and this will end in darkness. Every January when we come back for our break, well, at least twice now, we experience an overflow of news. January has packed a punch the last few years. And, when we left off last episode, we looked forward to a really awesome new year with our friends in darkness, our friends at WRKM, our friends across the world and the country. But who knew we would have to come back to this amazing show that we put on for you and discuss such a serious topic. Great societies are judged by their idols. Who did you worship? When did you worship them? The Roman gods, Greek gods, the Norse gods. The Sistine Chapel, honoring the Lord and the Holy Trinity. The great cities of Israel, worshiping the Judaism religion. And of course, you have the Middle East in Mecca, which worships Muhammad. These idols are everywhere. They're everywhere. And every year, I guess we must assess them and look into what do they tell us about who we are, our society, where we've been and where we're going. This January, we are forced to face that again across the world. But who knew it would be with a group of corporate mascots we have come to know for a long, long time? I would like to say I'm shocked, but to be honest, the rumors were always out there about this group. They kind of lived by their own rules. They did whatever they wanted. They went wherever they wanted. They took whatever they wanted. That is the power of running around with a cabal. That's the power of knowing you cannot be harmed. Because some would say you're not real. You live beyond the reality in which we live in. Untouchable, indestructible. But the allegations were always out there. I've heard many a rumor, a story about the red M&M being on Epstein's island. The yellow one, a bit dim-witted, they say, may not always act at his age in places he should have acted his age, and may have liked people who were not his age. The orange one, known for being a heavy cocaine user. It's true. The blue one, heavy into finance, some illegalities here and there. Some would say friends with Sam Bankman-Friedman. Allegedly. The green M&M, Started in OnlyFans. We all knew that. That was out there, right, Bobby? The brown one, well, let's just say she was doing some extra money side gigs on the side. See, I repeated myself there, but you know what I mean. Some say she was working in certain facilities that were all about the kinks. Now, some of these scandals are reasons to be terminated. Some, well, the brown one, I think she's cool. I think being a dom on the side isn't bad. The OnlyFans one for the green was okay. It just seems like the dudes of the M&M clan were the problem. And it's a damn shame. Because I grew up loving the M&Ms. They had some of the best commercials. Their commercial still plays in AMC theaters. I thought they would have been an easy fix for a Pixar-like film. But now we have come to the end of the road, and they are now known for the monsters they are. They have been running rampant in this industry for too long. And it's time that we spoke out. It's time that we held them accountable for the things they've done to the Mars Candy Company and how they've disgraced the brand, the sacred brand of these beautiful chocolate candies. They ruined Halloween. As far as I'm concerned, you've ruined the holiday with these allegations. Surely, these allegations are why they are no longer the mascots of the company. Surely, Mars Candy Company has found their replacement. Recently, Doja Cat was at a fashion show and came out dressed all in red. There were some diamonds on her skin, but mostly all in red. Her entire body red. Clearly, she is now the new M&M's mascot. And I thought that was a bold choice by Mars Candy Company to announce that way. It came as a shock to everyone. We weren't expecting it, but it happened. Good for Doja Cat. Doja Cat can represent M&M's very well. She's never done anything, I think, controversial. Great spokesperson to replace these damn dirty, filthy M&M's. And it's time we replaced them. It's time to kill our heroes. We've already killed the founding fathers for being slave masters. We've killed the American idea. We've killed religion. The M&M's got to go. I want them jailed, and I want them held responsible for all the crimes they have committed in disrespecting the Mars Candy Company. And Doja Cat will do a great job exemplifying the brand. She's a winner, and she does not have anything suspicious or flagrant in her history. What a shocking move. What a shocking move. And what a commitment from Doja Cat to decide that she was going to go all in on being the new M&M's mascot. Turning yourself red. Looking like you're a severe burn victim. I'm not only proud to have her as a mascot, I look up to her. We applaud Doja Cat here. And it's a diverse choice. Doja Cat, I guess, used to be black. Now she's all red. She's now an ethnic candy? Bold move. Bold move. What? That's not what happened. Doja Cat just did it, just do it. She thought that was artsy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bobby's Okay. He, uh, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, so this has nothing to do with, these two have nothing to do with each other at all. So she's just red. Okay. Okay. What happened with the actual M&Ms then? I don't understand. Shoot me the video. I'll watch it. All right, Inside Edition. That's the one. All right. Let's get to the bottom of it. Are you sure this has nothing to do with sexual allegations? Okay. I just feel like if you're going to lose your job as a mascot or a corporate entity, a corporate spokesperson is typically sexual in nature.
War in Ukraine, a recession may be on the horizon, and the nation is reeling from multiple mass shootings just this week. But what apparently has people really worked up is M&Ms. Yep, M&Ms. Stephen Fabian explains why.
Say goodbye to the sexy green M&M mascot and all of her candy-coated cartoon friends.
I don't like the way he's talking about the green M&M like that. That's a little sus. Did they put the studio heater on again? Fantastic. Fantastic. I'm telling you, they're against us. They're against us. I don't like the way he's talking about the green M&M like that. It's a little vulgar, isn't it? She's just a candy. Why are you sexualizing a candy?
For decades, these 5 have been America's favorite spokes candies.
M&M is bidding farewell to their mascots for now, replacing them with an actual human. Comedian and SNL alum Maya Rudolph, who will also star in the candy's big Super Bowl ad.
So we went from sexualizing one piece of chocolate to sexualizing a whole other piece of chocolate. You know what I mean? It was there. And also Maya Rudolph's a gorgeous and talented woman. I've always thought that. She was my favorite SNL member for years because I always wanted to marry Maya Rudolph. But, things happen differently. Guys make moves like There Will Be Blood. They get to have Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph's a good choice because she's from SNL. She's well liked, she's well regarded.
It's all part of the fallout leveled at M&M last year when they ditched the green M&M's boots for comfy sneakers to reflect a strong female known for much more than her boots.
You're smart. I can tell just by looking at you.
The brown M&M also got a makeover, exchanging sky-high sexy stilettos for practical pumps with a low heel.
Now, I talk to my girlfriend all the time about heels. They must hurt. Women have a natural talent for it, I guess. I don't know if it's natural. I think you condition yourself. But it's a weird talent. They're able to fit their feet into those kind of shoes. And then they're also mad at the green one doesn't have her boots anymore. So it's like, so she chose a comfier shoe and the brown one chose a smaller heel. So I guess people are upset that the women M&Ms want comfort for their feet. I guess these kind of men have a foot fetish, and they just want to see these M&M's feet in the hardest of circumstances, because I don't see the issue here. How dare these fake M&Ms want relief for their feet?
Carlson wasn't having it.
M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous.
M&M also introduced a new purple female candy designed to...
Is Tucker Carlson trying to tell us that he jerks off to M&Ms? Is that what he's telling us? Because I don't want to kink shame here. If Tucker Carlson is jerking off to candy-coated vixens, then by all means, do what you want. But don't let it bleed into work. Doing segments advocating for a sexier green M&M. Getting all hot and bothered that they lowered the heel for the brown M&M. Just, keep that at home. Your wife and family. If you want to go to Hershey Park or the Hershey factory and bathe yourself in liquid chocolate, by all means, go ahead. But don't be telling us about it. Don't be giving these little innuendo signs in your broadcast.
Represent acceptance and inclusivity.
Mars went further. The company added obese and distinctly frumpy lesbian M&Ms to promote, quote, feminism and body positivity.
Hold up. Wow. So the purple one's a frumpy lesbian? Holy shit. Tucker's mad. Guys, Tucker's mad. He's upset. He has a M&M, view. He has a standard for his M&Ms. He will not be jerking off to this purple one. No, it's not his type. But that green one and that brown one, they got a little hot and bothered. He's not body positive for the female M&Ms.
Eminem has apparently had enough of getting caught up in culture wars. Now we get it, says Eminem. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted, since we're all about bringing people together.
I'll miss them.
Bringing people together to enjoy some good old diabetes. Well, that wasn't what I thought it was. But it does tell me a lot about Tucker Carlson. I don't know what they would call them. Are they sweetie babies? People who jerk off to candy mascots? I'd watch them around some cereal. Just seems a little weird that people are upset about the shoes of the green and brown M&M. I never really thought about the M&M's shoe wear. And if she lost her boots, the green one, and with the sneakers, and that makes her a lesbian, apparently. Because apparently they're saying it's all woke and lesbian-y, but are we setting a standard where all lesbians own sneakers? Because all the women I know in America own sneakers, so I guess all the women are lesbians? And if you're Tucker Carlson, you're kind of manufacturing this scary world you once imagined. So now you're saying everyone that wears sneakers are gay. Do only real men wear shoes? I wear sneakers. Am I a lesbian? I don't think I'm gay. But according to Tucker Carlson, I am. Now, I think he was a bit harsh to the purple one. She is a little bigger than the other ones. That is fair. But to call her a frumpy lesbian, that's just flagrant. She's just frumpy. We don't know what her sexual identity is. Don't be that guy assuming gender, bro. She's just an M&M trying to make her way. Well, then again, I'm assuming her gender. I'm calling her a she. There is no good guys in this M&M debate, I guess. But they're gone now. Replaced by Maya Rudolph, who's great. Great. Fantastic. I think there's a racial component here. I think Tucker Carlson secretly likes black chicks. And he has a vision in his mind of what black chicks should be. And he must, stick with the whiteys because, his wife's white. So he can't be letting out to his Republican fan base he's into black chicks. Some of them won't even watch Tucker anymore if he admitted that. So he expresses himself through this M&M kink, this sweetie baby situation, sweetie sexual. He can jerk off the chocolate, but he can't get into chocolate, if you know what I mean. It's a damn shame because he should live out loud. How old is Tucker Carlson? How old's the homie? Well, not really the homie. He's not my homie. I guess because we're both in broadcasting. Is he my homie? I don't know. 53 years old. This is the perfect time to come out the chocolate factory. This is the perfect time for Tucker to come out the chocolate factory. Perfect time. Let everyone know the truth. You've been sexualizing M&Ms because deep down, you're really into black chicks, bruh. And that's okay. That's okay. I've dated black women too, dog. Listen, I'm a guy that likes all the ice cream flavors. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on. I'm liking all the flavors, so come on. I don't think Tucker Carlson will come out, though, about it. It's one thing too many for him. Gutfeld apparently was upset about it, too. Seems like Fox is run by a lot of guys who are highly hyper aware of what's going on in the chocolate community. It's almost a little uncomfortable, some might say, how much they're invested in what's going on in the chocolate community. I don't see them giving shit to the Trix Rabbit. I don't see them wishing he'd go to rehab for his addiction. Well, Lucky Charms, that guy's hoarding gold. Gold that could be used for the debt ceiling. I don't see them hawking him. Captain Crunch walking around with fake credentials. I don't see them bothering him. John McCain's rolling in his grave every time someone talks about Captain Crunch. So I don't know. I think it's just these chocolate ladies they're obsessed with. Count Chocula's a chocolate dude. You going after him? I don't think so. They seem not to like the chocolate dudes, just the chocolate women. Interesting how that works, old Tucker Carlson. I see what you're doing, buddy. I know what you're up to. I'm just saying. Come out that chocolate factory, bro. We're all waiting for you at the gate. We're all cheering you on. Come on, brother. Come on. Come out the chocolate factory. Live your best life. Everyone knows you'll feel dandy. It won't be the night of your life. Yeah, I rhymed life and life. I don't give a shit. I'm not a songwriter, dude. I'm not a songwriter. That was my high school years. I don't do that now. Man, listen. Imagine Tucker Carlson comes out the chocolate factory and he does a really great R&B album about how he found himself loving black women. That'd be fucking fire as shit. That'd be the ultimate turnaround. I don't think anyone in history would have been able to pull that one off. That's a real 180 on a gimmick. I'd be into it, man. I'd be into it. Consider it, Tucker. We're all here waiting for you, buddy. We're all here waiting for you. Tucker Carlson's not the only guy engaging in a kink. There are some other people engaging in kinks in secret, but we didn't know about them. But now we have to, because the world's now affecting one specific kink. The economy is coming for the OnlyFans economy. Even though last September, OnlyFans had boasted a $4.2 billion profit or evaluation, which, hey, that's a lot of simps. Concerning, I get it, but then I don't, because you're not getting anything out of it. You're just jerking the gherkins, and I think you can jerk the gherk for free, just looking at some of the Instagram pictures people put out. I don't know if you need the extra step, but hey, who am I to kink shame other people? But there's one in particular that's in danger, and it's called findoming, financial domination. If you don't know what this is, you would think, all right, doesn't that already sound like what they're doing already? They're giving money to these OnlyFans girls? Yes and no. It's kind of what they're already doing, but it's the next step of it. Because the OnlyFans thing is secret enough. You know what I mean? No one really tells anybody they have OnlyFans subscriptions. I've never been anywhere people going, who I subscribe to on OnlyFans? It's kind of weird. It's kind of, you're telling someone what you're sexually into. I don't think anyone wants to share that information with you. I certainly don't want to receive that information from anyone. But the financial dom kink is a level where I'm giving her too much money, and this is dangerous, and this could hurt me. Now you're getting off on the idea that you might go bankrupt, and that's, I don't know if that's necessarily a kink. I mean, self-destruction, that's a kink? Okay. I can get with it. I just thought that was a clinical depression issue. But apparently it's a kink. And I had no idea about this until Vice dropped an article about 6 femdoms who are talking about how the economy is hurting them bad. So they asked them a few questions, but I'm going to get to the part where the economy is screwing them. Vicky Vale out of England says this: I've had to diversify what I do so I can still do well. Fin subs are like unicorns. For every 100 clients you have, maybe 1 or 2 are into financial domination. I get approached more for other things now rather than strictly findom. Last year it was easier. I was relatively new, and it felt way easier to approach me. Now I'm more established. So now, guys they kind of want the quick buck. They don't want to go out there. She's now well established. She's probably got a bunch of fin babies. She doesn't need my money. I want to find someone who really needs my money. Who's someone that I give this money to and they'll be appreciative. Because like when I was growing up, actually when I was in my 20s, I saw a lot of women influencers or even some women pro wrestlers, women models. They would put up their Amazon wish list and guys would order stuff for them and shit like that. Or cosplay models do the same exact thing. And I always thought it was weird. Just sending a gift to a girl you don't know. That's a little odd to me. Like if I don't know you or I don't have the opportunity to engage in a relationship with you, why am I giving gifts to you? You're like not even my homegirl. And I don't even give my homegirls gifts. I want to point that out. The homegirls don't get gifts. Only the lady gets the gifts, bruh. All right? Sometimes those gifts were a mixtape I made. So I wonder if they send those in, when they're sending their money on OnlyFans. But she had to diversify. She couldn't just be fin-doming. Now she's got to provide a service. Now she's got to be, showing some stuff. Because fin-doms typically don't ask for things like that. Like, that's the normal part. The part they want is to be commanded to hand over their money. And I don't know. I'm still wheeling from finding out about it. Goddess Holita said this. They asked her this: does the cost of living crisis make you worry? She said, no, it doesn't. From my fandom experience, there will always be one who can still spend. It's hard to tell what is happening is affecting us financially as subs come and go so quickly. But of course, fear of your own personal expiry will haunt you during a recession or not. So she's got guys coming left and right. Guys stay for a while, they ruin their life for a little bit, then they back out. A new guy comes in, he ruins his financial life, they back out. So she's got them working overtime. She's got them spending money pretty quickly. Now, I've seen interviews where they go, we don't necessarily encourage someone ruining their financial life on the account of us. Okay, but you're doing it anyway. Like, to me, the FinDom thing's interesting because, granted, yes, they're willing participants in a situation, right? They're willing participants, right? But money is the backbone in how you survive in a society. The subscriptions alone that you pay for all the streaming services, then you have an OnlyFans, right? And those guys can only pay what they can pay. But when you allow them to take it to the next level where they're tossing you thousands of dollars and you're like, I guess they're okay for it. It's kind of how the banking system worked during the original recession. They were, I guess they're good for it. And it was handing out loans left and right. They were flagrant with it. And I think this is flagrant acceptance of money. Like, you don't know if this guy's good for it. You don't know what's going on the other end. Like, what does his wife need the money? Does his kid need the money? Are there things not in the house? Because this guy's like dropping $42 every 30 seconds and shit just for you to say hi to him, just to engage in conversation with him. And then you command them to take it, which is another. They say it's mostly guys in managerial positions or, company positions because they manage people all day. They want to be degraded or told what to do. But you can just get married for that. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, you could just get into a relationship, lose money, and feel like you can go broke at any minute. Like, that's just being in a relationship. You can actually, if things are good, you actually might have sex in your relationship. So it's like the money goes somewhere. It's not going into a hole. I mean, but Findoming makes no sense to me. To give a woman money, huge sums of money, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and I'm not even coming? And not to be gross, this is a really gross podcast right now, but it's not, it doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me. But these women are in trouble. These women are having a hard time because when times get hard, dicks don't. When you're hurting in your pocket, you're hurting in your dick. Because money is really a guy's perfume. It's why we're attracted to some people. Not saying for everyone. I'm just saying for the most part, what we do, what we can provide, that is our perfume. That's our makeup. Sure, we can dress up nice and all that's nice, but we have to have some kind of track record of responsibility to be attracted to someone. So if you're spending all your money on OnlyFans and this Findom thing, you're sucking away the one power you have to maybe talk to someone you wouldn't normally talk to. Because granted, yes, there are women who don't care about money, sure, but you still have to afford to be at the bar and have a few drinks. And for the amount of money you're spending on your OnlyFans, you could be doing that. Granted, getting turned down in person's probably really rough, but at least you'll have had an interaction and you can learn from it. I don't think you can learn from just subbing your way through shit. Now, here's the thing. I understand why OnlyFans exists, but I often wonder, because during the pandemic, everyone just ran to being at home. You work from home. You can order groceries in. Why have sexual experiences? You can just fucking OnlyFans it and jerk off to death. And now they're saying how there's studies where like people aren't really fucking anymore. Like they're not really out there doing anything anymore. So I'm wondering if this is becoming the pod people thing, where you don't need to come with somebody else anymore. You just come by yourself. And I don't know if that's the same. I something tells me you kind of need the other person there. They say it's healthier, legitimately for your body, when someone else is there with you, engaging in the experience. So it's a little odd that here comes this big platform right after we just spent all this time separate from each other. And in the middle of all that, we ran just because we don't necessarily want the connection anymore. It's safe because I can just watch and be a voyeur. And I can pay to see the extra stuff. Or maybe she interacts with me through text. Maybe I hear her voice, but never have to be in person because I can't be let down. I can't be in danger. There's no danger of rejection, really, because I'm paying her for this. So I don't know. I don't know too many people who have OnlyFans. I know like maybe one guy who does, and he's always been gross. So what? Don't look at me like that, Bobby. Don't look at me like that. You've met him. You met him. Looking in. All right, it was one person, Goddess Alexa, who's been doing it for about a decade. So it's not a new jam. It's an old jam. It's an old grift, which I respect. You gotta respect a good grift. You've been doing this for a decade. Did you notice times of economic hardship change in the Findom community? During these times, I noticed an increase in people trying their hand at findom because there are more people who are in position where they need to make money. Twitter now, compared to 2 or 3 years ago, is worlds apart. I would often get backlash for giving out advice to others because the game is sold, not told. Whoa, they got lingo. But the oversaturation of inexperienced DOMs is becoming an increasing issue. So there are people who are new to the grift that are fucking up the grift for everyone else. That's just how it works. You gotta do your research, all right? You gotta do your research before you attempting any grift, any form of brain fuckery. You need to know what you're going after. You need to try to bring people in. In this case, they called them cash slaves or pay pigs. Pay pigs. Like a little on the nose there, huh? Just give them some slop and they'll be happy. Pay pig. I'm so happy in my slop. See what's happening? You read one Vice article and your brain fucking falls apart. But you gotta be careful with the grift. All these ladies are experienced. All right? Now, I don't know. Like, how do you get someone to that level? To be honest, like, think about it. Like, you go from, I'm paying you like $20 a month. You know, I'm seeing all the cool, sexy stuff, but now I want to give you more money. Now I want to like get to the point where I could lose everything because of my desire for you. Like, that doesn't sound healthy. And that's definitely addictive. You know, that's definitely an addiction type fucking behavior, but I just don't see how do you get from sexy pics to I want to risk it all for this infatuation. And I think this is where, in these hard economic times, for these findoms and these pay pigs, we got to fix the economy. And I'm not talking about the real economy. I don't have the smarts for that. But we should fix the simp economy. Some addictive behaviors should be dealt with. And we need a new simp deal. FDR gave us the New Deal. We need a new simp deal. We need programs to get these simps back on the right track. We need to teach them how to budget their addiction. All right. Who do you give money to? Who's the most active? Who's getting you the good content? Who's really worth having? Who's a mistake that you accidentally, quote unquote, sub to? You know, oh, just one drunken night, clicked on because it was really hot. No, you got to teach them how to deal with their money correctly. Like we did with the poor, I guess, we have to teach them how to budget. And if anything, the government should step in and provide them with checks to cover just enough for their habit if they have lost their job. Everything else they must scrounge for: food, alcohol, drugs. We should support the OnlyFans thing at least. OnlyFans welfare program. Why not? The regular welfare program works perfect. I've had family members on it. They did pretty all right for themselves. They're doing pretty okay now. But we have to do something. Maybe we teach the simps to step back a little bit and take their addictions down a bit. A rehab for simps, if you will. Budgeting, rehabilitation. And what do? New jobs in the OnlyFans community. Do you want to be a cameraman? Do you want to edit the videos? Do you want to create the page? Do you want to come up with the logo for them? Simps should be part of this new simp economy. Simps should be not just pouring money in, but actively earning some wages back within the community. We need to take this Hollywood. This needs to be legitimized in a bigger way. I'm sorry. I may not understand why men do it, but god damn it, if it's gonna happen, I want it to work. For simps, by thoughts, for simps. That is our motto. The Simps will build it. The thoughts will perform on it, and the Simps will enjoy it. It's a sandwich of where everyone's happy. They make the money, Simps make money to give money back. It's tennis, you know? It's cash exchanges. Our regular economy works the same exact way if you really look at it. That's my platform for 2024. I was thinking about running, but now I have to. Our first platform was No More Humans, which I might have to back off on that. But our second platform, Get Children Back to Work. Hey, if they're going to be having playtime and opening toys anyway, film it. Make it an unboxing video. Get that cash. And now, the new Simp deal. This is progressive shit. Fuck Biden. Get me in there. I'm way more progressive than he is. This idea is progressive. I'm saving the sex work industry from inflation and recession. Our OnlyFans ladies need bailouts. The darkness is coming economically. You can bail out Bear Stearns, but you can't bail out Bear Stearns. Nah, see, I couldn't flip it into an OnlyFans name, but you know what I mean. Businessmen are sex workers. They fuck with your mind. OnlyFans ladies get you hot. They're the same thing. They seduce you in different ways. Bail them both out. That's where I stand. That's where I stand. When we come back, we will conclude the evening. An eventful evening. This has been a weird fucking show. But it's what you watch for. More darkness after this. Church of Darkness members, you know how this goes. Like, subscribe, because that's the only way the darkness is going to spread. And we're hoping to even get bigger. You know, last year was a big year for us. You know, we were averaging some really good numbers. We were hitting about 48 to 50 states and some international countries. I would say companies. Maybe there are international companies, highly intelligent companies, the intelligence kind. They're definitely watching this because some of the things we talk about would be interesting to intelligence agencies and how much we actually know. But in order for us to be stalked and or for me to end up in a situation where I get jailed for being a political prisoner for exposing the truth, which is hopefully the story arc I'm on, you have to like, subscribe, comment, share with people, spread the darkness. The more you spread it, the closer I can be arrested as a political prisoner. And that's a dream. That's a dream. For some, it doesn't end up well if you watched our Alan Dulles episode, but I'm different, you know? Nothing bad will happen to me. I'm such a good guy. They'll be like, oh, we have to arrest him. We don't want to hurt him. But the only way I get there is unless you like, subscribe, comment, go on iTunes. Or is this still iTunes or just Apple Podcasts now? See, I'm so used because Mark Maron used to say fucking iTunes, so now it's all stuck in my head. Fucking go to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, tell people, damn it, fuck with the algorithm so we can be more famous. Because I kind of don't want to do my regular job anymore. I kind of just want to do this. So come on, hook a guy up with your loyalty, with your complete and utter servitude, because I am worthy of it. I am clearly worthy of it. I'm an intellectual dom. That's my sex work. I just beat you down with my philosophies until you go, ooh, I should give this man money. He makes me feel good. Or does that just make me a cheaper, low-rent version of Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, Gary Vee, all the other grifters out there? I don't know. But only one way to find out. Like, subscribe, comment, everywhere you can. Preach the word of the darkness. Gotcha. Tonight we close with a little bit of a riddle. Will a woman accept accountability if she blows up a $10 million house? As I said earlier, she doesn't. Because it's interesting how women have now learned the word narcissist and are using it for just about everyone they've ever been with. So, and I know some people who use it, and I'm like, your boyfriend wasn't a narcissist at all. You guys just didn't fit together. And I've witnessed, I was there for a lot of shit. I know the people personally, so you can call them out. But I always like when women find a new psychobabble word they get attached to, because then they start using it for everything. And it's the new smart word they learned. That's how it is. Men do it too. Like, let a man find out about a new supplement or a new workout. He's telling everybody about a new diet. Oh, he's telling everybody. He's using that as the Bible for life at that point. But when it comes to psychology and true crime and watching documentaries about crazy people, women just love finding out the new psychobabble word they can use to describe every ex-boyfriend they had. And just generalize. I'm not generalizing. I'm speaking from experience. All right. I know some of you out there going, Ralphie is generalized. I'm not. I'm telling the truth. I have a microphone. That means I tell the truth. When you have your own show, you can tell the truth you want to tell. All right. This woman was Canadian. I want to point that out as well. We always think the Canadians are these nice people that don't cause no trouble. Exhibit A. Can't trust these Canucks. A Canadian woman who caused a $10 million house to explode while driving drunk is now suing the bar that provided her the alcoholic beverages, as she claims the owners aren't to blame. That is such a woman move. That's such a woman move. Come on. Am I right, fellas? Yeah, come on. Am I right? Come on, Bobby. Come on, stand with me on this one. Get in trouble with me. That's just like a woman, right? It's just like a woman. But it's kind of true. I've seen this tactic before. It's not really why I did it. It's what gaslit me to do it. And sometimes they're not particularly gaslit by anything substantial. They just kind of do shit. And you kind of have to just deal with it. I've learned this from living in a house full of women. That's pretty much how it happened. You just saw what happened. You ask a few questions. Somehow, still your fault. Deal with it, men. We've been dealing with this since the beginning of time. Accountability? No. Narcissism? They know how to diagnose like that. But that's the beauty about accountability. You can choose to accept it or not accept it. And I kind of respect the fact that she's not accepting it. Because if I blew up a $10 million house, I would be trying to find a way around that shit ASAP. I'd blame whoever I'd have to blame. I wouldn't even gone as far as blaming God, because Dan would be like, well, I'm an alcoholic because this is the way he made me, so I should sue the Catholic Church. I would do anything to get out of this $10 million situation. So if anything, her being a woman made her perfect for this exact scenario. There you go. All right. There's a privilege women didn't know they had. They can just do things like this. The car bomb fiasco occurred in August 2019. Jesus, it's been a while. While Delana was 26, 26. Come on, she was young. Was driving home from a Marilyn Manson concert. Really? You risked it all for Marilyn Manson? He hasn't been popping since 1998. Then he did the acting thing for a while, and we all pretended that he was a good actor. That's who you're risking it all for? Marilyn Manson? In 2019? Not even prime Manson? Ugh. Lee's crashed her Ford Fusion. In a Ford Fusion? Hold on. You're gonna go see Marilyn Manson in a Ford fucking Fusion? And then you're gonna crash into a house and blow it up? It's horse shit. Starting to turn on her a little bit. And she crashed her Ford Fusion to a brick home on 450 Woodman Avenue, in case you're looking to stalk this crime scene, rupturing a gas line, triggering a massive explosion that destroyed 4 houses. Correction, 4 houses and injured 7 people. Eek. Yeah, you better start blaming that bar. Falling embers led to a blaze in several homes nearby. Oh, so it not just exploded. It just like fired out into the sky, and these little embers were raining fire on other houses. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is domestic terrorism. And the entire neighborhood had to be evacuated with gas and water service shut off in the area. All told, the blast reportedly caused damages in the neighborhood of 9.8 million to 14.7. So 14.7. See, it's interesting because she's suing for 10. So have they come to an agreement? Is she good for the other 4? Like, I don't know. The financial impact of Miss Lewis's actions have been enormous, with a total damage estimating approaching 15 million, Judge George Orsini told the court at the time. Meanwhile, no one died, but 7 people were injured, including 2 police officers, 2 firefighters. Now you're fucked. Suffered numerous injuries, with one firefighter forced to spend more than a week in the hospital before being discharged. Oh no! See, had it been normal people, she kind of would have been all right. But you fucked with the boys in blue and the boys in the fire suit. I don't know if they have a color. Is it in red? I don't know. Never heard a thing for that. So I'm just going to assume the boys in a fire suit. Now she's fucked. You hurt government officials now in an act of domestic terrorism. Now, there's no way the bar pays for any of this. She's claiming that, she was too drunk and they knew it, and they let her drive home, which I don't know the laws in Canada. I don't know if there's a how do you do where it's like, hey, are you able to drive home? Better give me those keys. I don't know if they have that up there. They certainly have this beast of a person out there. So I don't know. Is the bar liable? Is the drug dealer liable for the heroin addict that overdoses? I don't know. These are philosophical questions I can't answer. Maybe someday I will be able to. But in the end, it's a bold move on her part. It's a bold move. I don't support it, but I do respect it. You gotta deflect blame. Who knew this kind of viciousness existed in a Canadian? I'll never fuck with the Canadians ever again, man. This is fucking hardcore for a Canadian. Blowing up $15 million of property just to be like, yeah, it's not my fault. They did it. That's not very Canadian. It's not very nice at all. Or maybe we've just been lied to about the Canadians. Maybe they're evil people. There's a lot of things that we don't know about people or groups of people. Like, these recently, these Thai monks were caught doing meth. And they took all their frocks. Now they're no longer Tibetan monks. Which, to be fair, in Thailand, meth is 50 cents a pill. So if you're going to do anything, why not do the cheapest drug? And to be fair, these holy men doing meth, that's kind of the least wild thing I've heard holy men do. Catholic priests molest. I've heard a few things about the Shahs and how they treat their wives. Allegedly. We've all heard how some of the Hasidic community, there's a TV show on Netflix about it. Possibility. They don't treat them right either. So monks doing meth, I don't know. Monks doing meth seems kind of okay with me. But see, it kind of ruins the monks for me, though. I always thought the monks were above it all. That they were powerful and they didn't need psychedelics. Or maybe this was research. for the monks to expand their mind, go deeper on the spiritual plane. We don't know the answers to this. But for them to be defrocked, just doing meth is a harmless crime. It hurts no one but the person. Should someone not be allowed to do meth if it's only 50 cents? Malt liquor here still costs at least 99 cents. Meth for 50? Come on now. Can't get a better deal than that. In this economy? That's fantastic. Maybe that's what we do with the Simps. We get the Simps on 50 cents on meth. So it's a cheaper high. They're not overspending on OnlyFans. Gets like a Carlson to meth. Then he can visualize his wife as the green M&M. Meth could be the solution to all of our problems. Maybe. I'm not a politician, not an expert, not an analyst. Just a guy having thoughts out loud. But I could be right. Or I could be full of shit. Then again, I think we all know how this one is going to end.